have you started writing for another record? I know you had Firestar came out a few years ago. You obviously have this re-recording, this Reforged album done. Have you started writing for the next Iron Savior album? You got a new label?
Yeah, of course. I have a couple of songs already put together, but I was halted with this, of course, with the Reforged production, and right now I'm working on a different project because after Reforged. So it all leads to the big climax in 2026, where the new studio album is supposed to come out. So before that, we will put this Reforged album out in August. Then maybe also late this year or early 2026, we come out with a huge cover album. So it's going to be. Many fans have been asking me, why don't you do a cover album? You have so many covers and so many cover songs, and you really like to do a cover version album of whatever. And so right here I am doing it because the label also asked me for it, and it's going to be. It's not metal songs that I do. I focused on doing it the crazy way, picking pop songs and mostly from the 80s because I'm 60 years old. So those are the songs that pop up, immediately. And so, so right now I'm working on, we have Journey, Separate Ways, we have Maniac, we have Relax, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, we have, what else? Yeah, Suburbia, Pet Shop Boys, everything there, it's going to be a jukebox of the 80s performed by Iron Savior. And I have to admit, I started working on this project with some doubts if it's going to be cool, and I have to say I love it.
I'll tell you what, love it.
It's so great. It feels so great. And for me, especially, it's such a great opportunity to let out this, the pop soul I always have, but I'm a metal guy, but of course, there's a pop vibe also in me that now I can let go and put it in those songs. They are in Savior 100%, but you're going to listen to it, and let's talk. I think we're going to talk about this in half a year or so.
Yeah. Well, I was a kid in the 80s. I grew up with all that stuff. I'll tell you what, for those that haven't heard it, my favorite pop cover that you've ever done was the Bryan Adams cover, the Run to You song. It was a Japanese bonus track, I'd like to say.
Yeah, I love that too.
That is probably, because you've always done interesting, I've always brought this up, you've always done interesting covers. And they weren't necessarily heavy metal. You did Sweet Dreams, remember that song? That's on the last Reforged album. And you've just always done some interesting, it hasn't always been heavy metal. It's always been an interesting song that you wouldn't expect. Like, I would have never expected you do a cover of a song by Seal, for example. But somehow you made it work. And, you listen to that, and I'm like, man, I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain unless people listen to it. But I'll tell you what, the Bryan Adams cover is awesome. I really hope you put that on that record, or re-recorded or put a version of that, because that's probably it's a song, Run to You, for those that haven't heard it. But if you have the Killer Be Killed album, the Japanese version, that cover is probably my favorite one you've ever done.
Yeah, actually it's a good idea. I think I would put it on the album, do some, bring it on the I think it's a good idea. I can do that.
And I grew up in the 80s, so I'm gonna be 50 years old in 2.5 years. And the thing is that when I was a kid, these songs were all songs you heard on the radio. And so when I hear people do covers of them, which doesn't happen often, but you hear it, like you're talking about, like the song Maniac or Separate Ways by Journey. I grew up with that stuff. That was stuff I listened to as a kid on the radio. So I'm interested. That's interesting. I'm really that actually intrigues me. And for whatever reason, if I were to take a compilation of all the cover tracks you've done, usually, mostly, you had the Nazareth cover, I think, in the first album, but mostly it's either been 80s pop songs or Priest. Maybe, you had the Crocus song.
Yeah, there's Crocus and Nazareth.
Yeah, so
that's not Priest.
Yeah, but you've always
Yeah,
done.
right.
But you had, you did a pretty good cover. Your cover of Desert Plains for me is probably, like I said, my favorite version of that song. I still, even when that EP comes up, if I bring that up, I actually go and listen to that track. And I think you did Delivering the Goods on the single once as well. But that Desert Plains track I think that song just fit your voice. So but I'm looking forward to the covers thing. That's really cool to hear, actually.
Yeah,
And very
I think
intriguing.
you love it. I'm quite sure you love it.
Yeah, definitely. You got to keep us posted on that one as well. So, but yeah, I'm really, really excited to see some of these songs on this last album see the light of day as well. But I'm looking forward to that covers thing. Hey, everybody. Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.